Jared with IPD here today to talk to you about taillights. In specific, we're going to be talking about a common problem that we see. We get a lot of calls on about the 200, 700, and 900 series wagon taillights. I've got one here just as a reference for a 200 series, but you'll see that it's pretty much the same for any 700, 900 series as well. You're going to see here on the right you have your ground strip, and then here's all of your positive contacts here for your lights. The problem that we see with these is actually the brake light down here. And it's not actually the running light, it's actually the brake light when you actually step on the brake. What happens here is a lot of heat builds up in this socket, particularly around the brighter bulb here, and the plastic has a tendency to melt and cover up this metal contact here, which causes brake warning lights when you're driving the car around. It's really annoying. This is a common problem. It's really just a poor design from Volvo where this builds up. This is common on either factory taillights or even aftermarket ones that we sell. Even a new one, you can see this. My actual Volvo behind us, this 91 740 Turbo, is having this problem, so we're actually going to show you how to address this with a really simple wiring swap on this thing. Alright, so we're back here at the car. We've got the taillight off just to show you this thing. You really don't need to take these off, but we want to show you the fault that we see on these. So here's the taillight here, and this is the problem point right here. So I'm going to take this bulb socket out, and you'll notice this contact right here in particular looks different from the rest. And that is actually the brake light. This is the one that activates when you actually step on the pedal. This is the one that's running all the time. Since this thing is a higher output bulb, it's brighter, it's going to generate more heat. So as you can see here, this thing has gotten all sorts of melted. The bulb sockets sometimes can actually get stuck in here, and you'll have to kind of pry them out and sand them out to get the socket to fit back in properly. So there's a simple solution to this to address this. Since all of these cars were equipped with rear fog lights on both left and right sides, you have this upper socket right here that is generally not used. A lot of times we don't use this rear fog light. You don't get fog all that often. Moving this spade down to this spade and vice versa, you can actually eliminate this problem. So when you step on the brakes, instead of this contact getting power, it's this contact up here. So your brake light still turns on, but the thing is you're not having that heat build up on this socket anymore. So we're going to show you this wiring swap on the car real quick. Let's take a look. Alright, so we've got this thing wired up as you would find it from the factory. The colors might not match up exactly depending on your year and model here, but this should look familiar from what you've got on your car. So this is our problem point right here, this wire right on the side, and then here is our rear fog light. So what we're going to do, we're just going to swap these two spade terminals. It's pretty easy. So this wire is going to come up here, this wire is going to go down here, just going to connect that up. And that's really all there is to it. So now when you step on your brakes, this bulb's going to illuminate, this one's going to just be running, and then if you do need to use your rear fog lights, this bulb is still going to work, but the thing is you're not going to have nearly as much heat build up here because this isn't running all the time. So pretty simple. Hopefully this is helpful for you. It's a really easy swap to do on these cars. It doesn't take any money, and it's just something that you can really fix the issue on the car from the design flaw from Volvo. But if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Our number is 800-444-6473.